Have you ever noticed that some people don't just dislike you, they want to bring you down? They don't confront you openly or debate in public. But in the shadows, they sow doubt and wait for the perfect moment to strike. Silently, they work tirelessly to see you fall. But what if I told you that the moment you stop falling into their trap is the moment they lose control? These people don't merely hate you, they want to destroy you, like a hidden wildfire smoldering beneath the ground, waiting to erupt. At first, it's just a faint smoke, barely noticeable. But when the fire ignites, it consumes everything in its path. Picture a vulture circling high above, not attacking immediately, not seizing its prey, but patiently watching your decline. That's how they operate, not through open assaults, but calculated sabotage. While they plot, you have a choice: fall into their trap or rise above their schemes. The moment you refuse to play their game, their frustration begins to boil over. When you stop engaging in their game, their plans start to crumble. So how can you spot these people before they cause real harm? How do you remain fearless, free from doubt and self-suspicion? Stay with me until the end of this video, because the final part will change everything. Let's begin. Number 1, they spread lies designed to tarnish your reputation. Let's delve into one of the most ruthless, calculated tactics used by those who don't just hate you, but seek your destruction. They spread lies to damage your honor. This isn't harmless gossip or petty rumors, it's a deliberate attack. They don't want to hate you silently, they want others to turn their backs on you. They twist the truth, magnify your flaws, and paint a completely false picture of who you are. The truth is, those who spread lies aim not only to hurt your reputation, but to isolate you, weaken your influence, and prevent others from seeing your true worth. They know that once doubt creeps into people's minds about your character, you'll face a difficult battle to regain trust. And that is exactly what they want: to leave you feeling powerless, isolated, and constantly on the defensive. This is where Stoic philosophy shines. Heraclitus once said, "Character is destiny. Protect it at all costs." What does that mean? It means that no matter how many lies are spread about you, your true nature will always shine through if you hold fast to who you are. Those who truly know you, who witness your actions, will see the truth behind the falsehoods. The secret is to maintain your integrity and not waste time chasing every rumor. Let me share a story. I knew a man, call him Daniel, a respected leader at work. He worked diligently, built strong relationships, and earned his position through integrity. But one day, a jealous colleague began spreading false stories about him. Whispers suggested Daniel's success was due only to favoritism, not real skill. At first, Daniel wanted to fight back, to confront each lie and clear his name. But he soon realized the most important thing wasn't arguing with the liar, it was continuing to be the man those who truly supported him knew and trusted. And you know what? Over time, the truth emerged. The key people saw through the falsehoods. The smear campaign backfired, and the liar lost credibility. Because in the end, lies are temporary, but character is eternal. The subtle tactics of those who don't just hate you, but seek to control and destroy you. They manipulate your emotions in quiet ways. Unlike direct hostility, emotional manipulation is carefully calculated to break you from within. They don't attack head-on, but wield guilt, fear, and shame as weapons to undermine your confidence and make you question your own reality. At first, you might not recognize the manipulation. They may pretend to care, saying things like, "I'm just worried about you," or "You're not the same anymore," or make you feel guilty for things you don't even need to apologize for. They make you feel guilty for things that don't warrant apology, like, "After all I've done for you, this is how you treat me." Over time, these subtle emotional games erode your self-worth. You start doubting yourself, your decisions, even your feelings. And that's their goal, to make you seek their approval, depend on them, and slowly let them control you. The truth is, they don't want to support you. They want to break you, so you'll be dependent on them. The moment you begin to doubt yourself, the moment you feel the need for reassurance from them, they have won. You enter a vicious cycle where they create insecurity, then pretend to be the only cure. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Epictetus said, "He who controls his emotions controls his destiny." That means you only lose control when you let them manipulate your feelings. Their words hold power only if you allow it. The calmer you remain emotionally, the less power they hold over your mind. Let me tell you a story about a man I know. Let's call him Ryan. Ryan had a friend who constantly toyed with his feelings. Whenever Ryan made a decision that didn't align with that friend, they made him feel guilty, saying things like, "I guess I don't matter to you anymore." When Ryan focused on his own goals, the friend would say, "You've changed. You're not the person I used to know." At first, Ryan doubted himself and wondered if he was being selfish. Then he realized the problem only arose when he stopped putting that friend first. So, how do you handle emotional manipulators? First, recognize the behavior. If someone frequently makes you feel guilty, afraid, or ashamed for your choices, that's manipulation. Second, stop seeking their approval. You don't need their permission to live your life. And finally, master your emotions. The less you react, the more control you reclaim. Ultimately, manipulation only works if you let others control your feelings. The moment you regain command over your mind, their game loses all power. Stand firm, trust yourself, and never let anyone define your worth. If you find this message valuable, like and subscribe for more insights. Now, let's move to the third tactic, deliberate provocation to damage your reputation. This is one of the deadliest tricks from those who don't just dislike you, they want to destroy you. They deliberately provoke you to react emotionally, painting you as unstable or irrational in others' eyes. This isn't accidental, it's a calculated trap. They want you to lose control and flare up, because once that happens, they've won. At first, they might just annoy you with subtle digs or embarrass you publicly. You try to ignore it, but they persist, probing for weaknesses to break you down. When you finally respond, they immediately play the victim, acting innocent. The truth is, this isn't about the argument, it's about control. They don't care about the issue. Their goal is to manipulate how others perceive you. They want to ruin your image, making you seem unstable, irrational, or even dangerous. The more you fight back, the more power you give them to attack your reputation. This is where Stoic wisdom shines. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." That means your strongest response to provocation is self-control. When someone tries to bait you emotionally, your greatest power is to refuse to respond as they expect. Silence, calm, and refusing to play their game is how you take them down. I want to share a story about a woman I know. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah had a colleague who constantly tried to undermine her. This person often made rude comments during meetings, dismissed Sarah's ideas, and even took credit for her work. After weeks of enduring it, Sarah finally snapped, confronting the colleague loudly in front of everyone. Immediately, the colleague played the victim, calmly saying, "Wow, Sarah, I don't understand why you're so upset." The room fell silent. Everyone forgot his provocations and only remembered Sarah's outburst. Gradually, he twisted the story against her, and people began to see him for what he truly was, a manipulator. So how do you handle those who deliberately provoke you? First, recognize the trap. If someone wants you to react, that's your cue to step back. Second, master your emotions. Don't let them control your image if you stay composed. And finally, let your actions speak when you refuse to stoop to their level. That's when every attempt to ruin your reputation fails. Remember, reputation isn't built in moments of anger. It's forged through consistency. When someone provokes you intentionally, remember, your silence carries more power than their words, and your self-mastery outmatches every trick. Stay calm, focused, and never let them rewrite your story. Number 4, they pretend to be your friend to gather information. Let's talk about one of the most deceitful tactics from those who don't just hate you, but plot against you. They fake friendship not out of care, but to access your thoughts, plans, and vulnerabilities. At first, they show interest in your life. Ask about your goals, struggles, and what matters most to you. They listen just enough to gain your trust. But the truth is, they're not collecting memories. They're stockpiling ammunition to attack you. They don't want to support you. They want to exploit your words. They might twist what you say and spread lies. Expose your weaknesses at the worst moment, or wait for the right time to strike. This is where Stoic wisdom applies. Epictetus said, "Don't reveal yourself to everyone, for not everyone has good intentions." That means not everyone who smiles at you is an ally. Not everyone who listens truly cares, and not everyone who asks deserves your answer. Let me share a story about a woman I know. Let's call her Rachel, who had a colleague pretending to be her biggest supporter. He asked about her long-term career plans, her work struggles, even her personal life. She thought he was just friendly, until one day she overheard him twisting her words to the boss, making her look bad. He was no friend. He was a spy. How do you handle people like that? First, be selective with your trust. Listening doesn't always mean caring. Second, test their intentions by sharing small, harmless details and watch their reaction. If they gossip or distort your words, you have your answer. Lastly, guard your deepest thoughts. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. True supporters don't pry for secrets. If someone is overly curious about your life but shares nothing about themselves, that's a red flag. Protect your words, your plans, and above all, protect yourself. If you find this video helpful, hit like to help spread it on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe for more valuable content. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'll be sure to respond. Now, let's talk about one of the most dangerous tactics used by those who don't just hate you, but want to destroy you. They try to isolate you from those who can support and protect you. This isn't random. It's a calculated move. Their goal isn't just to hurt you, but to sever every connection that could stand by your side. At first, it might be vague. Worried remarks about you to others, whispers designed to sow doubt like, "I don't know why, but something feels off about them lately." Or they twist situations to make you seem untrustworthy or disloyal. They manufacture drama out of thin air, whispering half-truths behind your back. The scary part, it works. You notice people pulling away, treating you differently, their eyes filled with suspicion. Their aim isn't just to ruin your reputation, but to leave you standing alone. Whispers spreading doubt about you. Subtle comments meant to undermine your trustworthiness. "I don't know. Something's off with them lately." Or they exploit situations to paint you as unreliable or even a traitor. They stir up false conflicts and whisper half-truths behind your back. Doing so, quietly and deliberately, you sense people distancing themselves, their behavior changing, their gaze filled with suspicion. The truth is, their goal isn't just to damage your reputation, it's to isolate you completely. Because when you're alone, with no one by your side, you become vulnerable, easy to manipulate, easy to break. They know loneliness wounds you deeply, and that's exactly what they want. This is where Stoic wisdom shines. Seneca once said, "Only keep company with those who help you become a better man." Your strength lies in the allies you choose. The right people see through manipulation and stand with you. The wrong ones believe lies and walk away. No matter what, you will know who truly stands by you. Let me tell you a story about a woman I know, call her Emily, who was climbing the career ladder. She had strong bonds with colleagues and a solid support network. Then, a toxic person at work began spreading rumors about her. At first, just small, harmless comments like, "Emily seems different lately," or "I heard she's been talking badly about you." Gradually, people started doubting Emily and pulling away. She felt the shift, the cold shoulders, the hesitation before conversations. The worst part, she didn't know why, but instead of breaking, Emily stayed strong. She didn't chase explanations or beg for acceptance. She focused on those who truly understood her. Over time, the truth came out. The manipulators' lies crumbled, and those who valued Emily returned. Because genuine relationships don't break easily with mere whispers. So how do you handle those trying to isolate you? First, stay alert when someone tries to divide you from others. Second, don't play their game. The more you try to defend yourself against lies, the more you appear to have something to prove. Third, hold close those who truly understand you. The right people won't fall for manipulation. They will see the truth themselves. Finally, isolation is only a weapon if you let it be. True allies will always find their way back. Stay strong, stand firm, and never let others define you. They shake your confidence. Let's talk about one of the most dangerous tactics of those who not only hate you but want you to fail. They plant seeds of doubt in your mind, making you question your abilities and worth. At first, it's subtle, disguised as advice or constructive criticism, but soon, you notice a pattern. Every step forward you take, they pull you back 2 steps. The truth is, their goal isn't your progress, but to weaken your very self. Doubt and hesitation creep into every decision you make. Because the moment you lose confidence, when you start questioning your own potential, that's when they control you and claim victory. This is where Stoic wisdom shines. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are troubled by anything external, it is not that thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it." This means that words, actions, or negativity from others only hold power if you grant it to them. If someone tries to shatter your confidence, their words do not define your ability. Your response does. Let me share a story. A man I know, call him Jake, began his entrepreneurial journey full of excitement, drive, and readiness to face risk. Yet, a so-called friend kept saying things like, "Are you sure you're ready? Or most businesses fail." At first, Jake ignored it, but those doubts slowly planted themselves in his mind. With every decision, he asked himself, "Am I good enough? What if I fail?" That doubt wasn't organic, it was planted, and that was exactly their intention. But what did Jake do instead of letting doubt consume him? He remembered that confidence is not something others can steal unless he hands it over. He chose to reject negativity, believe in himself, and move forward despite the doubts sown by others. And do you know what happened? His business thrived, and that friend fell silent, with no words left to say. So, how do you handle those who aim to undermine your confidence? First, recognize the truth. If someone's words make you doubt yourself more than uplift you, it's sabotage, not support. Second, trust yourself. Your skill, path, and potential are not dictated by others' opinions. Lastly, silence the noise. Don't seek validation from those who don't want you to succeed. Ultimately, confidence is your strongest shield. If someone tries to break it, it's because they fear the power within you. Stand firm, trust your journey, and refuse to let others' doubt become your own. If you've made it this far, leave a comment to say thanks, and like the video if you found it valuable. Your support fuels my motivation to create even more meaningful content. I hope you find inspiration, and together, we will grow. Thank you for being part of this journey. They will stop at nothing to see you fall. Let's talk about the most extreme form of hatred, where people don't just want to see you struggle, they want you completely destroyed. This isn't mere jealousy or personal grudge. Their ultimate goal is not just to dislike you, but to annihilate you. They don't want you to succeed. They don't even want you sharing the same space with them. They want you to fail, to become irrelevant, or to vanish entirely from their lives, and they won't rest until that happens. At first, you might think it's just petty rivalry. They weaken you, spread rumors, or use small actions to slow your progress. But over time, you realize it's deeper. Every move they make is calculated. They celebrate your failures, twist the truth, and use every tactic to erode your spirit. If they can't control you, they try to destroy your reputation. If they can't tarnish your name, they wear you down mentally, hoping you'll give up. The truth is, they don't just want you to lose. They want you to surrender, to exhaust yourself, to fail, and to doubt your own worth. Because to them, your strength is a threat, your resilience is the problem, and their only path to victory is if you quit first. This is where Stoic wisdom intervenes. Seneca said, "True power lies in enduring hardship without losing virtue." What does that mean? It means real strength isn't about fighting back, but standing your ground when someone tries to break you. Your greatest weapon is unwavering resilience. They can spread rumors, isolate you, push you to your limits. But if you don't break and hold firm, they will fail. Let me tell you about Daniel, a man I know who became the target of a former colleague who couldn't stand his success. This person tried everything, spreading rumors, sabotaging opportunities, turning people against Daniel. At times, Daniel considered giving up, but he remembered what's most important: strength lies not in retaliation, but in enduring. He stayed grounded, focused, and refused to let their actions define him. In the end, the enemy lost his own credibility. So, how do you deal with people like that, who won't stop at anything first? Don't play their game. They want you to react emotionally. Second, focus on your own path. The more energy you give them, the stronger they become. Finally, persist without surrendering. Let your strength speak for itself. The only way they win is if you fall. Don't give them that satisfaction. Stand tall and watch them destroy themselves. If you found this message valuable, hit like and subscribe for more profound lessons.